this week's episode of the Lokar Car Show, we've made our way cross-country to the Golden State for the Brothers Truck Show, where new and old trucks have come to strut their stuff in Anaheim, California. This 1966 Chevy Suburban was an ideal car for this owner because having it means he can bring his kids along with him to car shows.
See, I've done the motor, the trans, basically the whole truck. Friend painted it for me. It's just a crate 350 with an RV cam. It's got a Edelbrock 650 carb. Not much, just something kind of nice to drive around. I drive it every weekend. Take the kids to, basketball practice or whatever we got to do, games. They like riding in it. It's probably got 8,000. I mean, I drive it every weekend, but it's not very far, just around town. Go get coffee or something like that. Oh, I love the show. It's the only one I look forward to all year long.
Chuck Corfanta sold his 68 Corvette and 55 Chevy once he realized neither one was a tow vehicle. He bought this 1973 C10 Cheyenne so he could tow this family's travel trailer.
My daughters drove it to high school and college. It didn't quite look like this, but it had tangerine and yellow flames on it at the time. And I decided to go with a different color. I restored the truck in 2001, and I took out the original engine at 18,000 miles. It was way underpowered, and I put a 375 horsepower Corvette engine in it and changed the gearing in the rear end and all to make it a more towable. It was a daily driver up into 2001. It had 265,000 miles on it. My daughter had it at UC Santa Barbara, and she went to study abroad that year, and I got the truck back. And parking in the parking lots at the college, there's all kinds of door dings and everything. I was just going to repaint the truck, and this is what it ended up. I decided to make a show truck out of it instead of just a daily driver.
Vincent Chavez wanted a 1950 Chevy 3100 for many years. Well, he finally found one on Craigslist, and he threw himself into a full restoration.
Well, when I found the truck, it was pretty rough. I bought it needed a lot of work, engine. I bought it on Craigslist, believe it or not. And I wanted a truck like this for many years. Until I found it, I started doing a full restoration in my garage. I included my kids do it, like a family thing. I started from the frame off, engine, transmission, differential. I started doing the body work. Suspension, I put a Mustang 2 in the front. I did a 76 Camaro rear differential. And then I started building it up. I painted all the panels in my garage. I did all the body work. I don't know how to spray paint, so I had a buddy of mine do the spraying. And we went with candy brandy wine from House of Color. And it came out pretty nice. As you can see, it shines. And I'm very proud of how it came out. The engine came from a 1962 Corvette. The package, the transmission came from a 62 Corvette. And it's a 327 Corvette engine with a 350 turbo transmission. And we adapted it to the frame and with a 76 Camaro differential on it. So it's got about 300 horsepower, more than what I want, I probably want, if I had the money, I would put an LS3 engine on it, but I don't have $15,000. This was built on a budget, and it came out this nice, so I'm very proud.
We'll be right back with more amazing cars on the Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group. The Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group, is brought to you by Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Brothers Truck Parts, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GM truck restoration. Original Parts Group, World-class restoration parts, Lokar performance products. Quality, plain and simple.
Hey, welcome to the 19th annual Brothers Show and Shine. We've been putting this show on for 19 straight years, 18 years here at the park. We moved it away from the shop, so we didn't have to have a relationship where we're selling parts to people during the show. We want to come out, hang out with everybody, and the growth has been incredible. We're running into young kids that are getting into trucks, old guys who are still into trucks. We got guys that have been here since day one, guys that this is their first show. It's been incredible for us to watch the show bloom from small little 80 trucks in the parking lot at our shop to way over 600 trucks here in the park today. And the events that this event itself has spawned outside of it. You know, we've got the Run to Brothers that the Square Body Syndicate puts on. We've got the pre-show at the Hojo that happens because of this show. It's just been fantastic. It's been fun for us to be part of. We get to come out here, enjoy our customers, and enjoy the day in the park. And if you haven't made it out to a show before, or if you aren't at this one, then definitely check us out for our 20th annual next year. You can get all that information on our website at brotherstrucks.com.
Marcos Oliveras bought this finished '71 Chevrolet K5 Blazer from a gentleman who was ready to start another project.
Yeah, I found the vehicle during the summer, and a gentleman in San Fernando Valley was constructing this vehicle. At the time, he was going to move on to another project. So when I purchased the vehicle, the body was already done. It was already painted, as you can see, the hugger orange. So I bought the vehicle from him, went home, I got a tow truck and a trailer. It took about a little over a year to reconstruct the entire vehicle, put it together, and this is the finished product. Well, this is a weekend driver. This is the fun family car. Family, we like to get together with the kids and put them in the back and go out topless and roll around the streets of Southern California. I mean, this is the typical Southern California vehicle. Topless, you got the sun. I mean, it's just Southern California, you got to enjoy it. So this is a family fun car. We have a 383 stroker in it, especially built for this truck. Nothing too fancy, but gives enough horsepower to hot rod around town and has the reliability to drive around the freeways as well. Well, you're not going to show this to my better half, are you? Because there's always time to spend some more money on the vehicle, but between you and I would like to do some airbag suspension on it, maybe go with the LS motor, but I'll get in trouble for saying that, but we'll talk later about that. Yeah, I went with the little side peep mirrors. I just gave it a little extra characteristic. I mean, each truck is unique and they express your personality. I like just the clean look of it. I removed the emblems and just keep it a simple bodywork, simple lines, and a simple black interior, nothing too fancy. I mean, it's reliable and it looks nice, and more importantly, the kids have fun with it.
Jeffrey Ballman's wife gifted him with this 1967 Chevy C10 for his 35th birthday. She sounds like a keeper to me.
Truck was given to me for my 35th birthday by my lovely wife. It went immediately into a full build, custom frame, all the way up to interior imported from Europe. Engine is a small block, produces about 609 horsepower to the flywheel. Transmission is a turbo 350. Built by Hughes Performance out of Arizona. Color choice, love purple, you know, sign of royalty. I built it to where it really will stand out. The silver is a very bright Orion silver, all products of House of Color. This is my first year at the Brothers Car Show. So far it looks great. Tons of cars to really glance at. Right now it is a full show vehicle. It is not driven at this time. Hopefully in the near future, I'll get to enjoy driving it a little bit.
It's time for Lokar Lowdown with Kevin Ford.
Hey guys, for years Lokar's been known for making automatic shifters, but along the way we started making Tremec shifter levers for your TKOs and your standard metric transmissions. We also offer a variety of knobs for all of these things, and I wanted to take some time to show you the different bends and options. These are all chrome here, but we offer them in black or chrome in a double bend, we call a bench bend. It looks a little more racy, like if you were gonna put this in an early Mustang or something like that, bench seat, and get that feel. We also offer a little more modern, somewhat race car-y look for your muscle cars in a billet aluminum in a variety of different lengths. We've got them from 6 to 12, and we have matching boots and rings to go with them in billet. Again, these are available with a variety of different knobs. You can get plain knobs, or you can get them with a 5-speed pattern, a 6-speed pattern, reverse, wherever you have it. And then finally, a couple years ago, we got with Goolsby on a 32 Ford they were doing, and they wanted a real classy look, but they were running a modern Tremec transmission. So what we came up with is a billet aluminum shifter lever that really gave it that extra class that they were looking for. It's available in polished aluminum. It's got a polished aluminum knob, but of course you can change this or customize it any way you want. You can anodize it, paint it, chrome it, same with the knob. All the options are available. If you want to check these out, come see us at a show, put your hands on them, and if you want to know where we're going to be, go to lokar.com and find our show schedule. Pick up a free catalog while you're there.
Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group. Inspired by his buddy's dad when he was younger, Tom Beasley went looking for a truck and came across this 1949 GMC.
Picked it up for $1,500. It needed a lot of work, and so that was probably back in 1998. We're now, 2017, and I'm almost done. So it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, but it's a lot of pleasure in it too. With all the front ends, all the same with all the Chevy, trucks around this year, I wanted something different. So when I found this one with the big burly chrome front end, I fell in love with it and wanted to restore a GMC truck. When I first bought the truck, I had to take it all apart piece by piece, stripped it down to the frame, I cut the front end off, put a Camaro front clip on it so I could get disc brakes and power steering, put an El Camino rear end in it, took it to my buddy's body shop and left it there for quite a while, just getting body work done over a period of years. I actually had told him that my son was in kindergarten at the time, and I said, hey, I want this back before he gets high school. And pretty much when he entered 9th grade, I got the truck back. So it's like I said, it's been a long process, but it's been a lot of fun.
Out of the 5 trucks he called about, this 55 3100 pickup is the only one Bryan Dollar went to see in person. And it was all he needed to see.
All right, I started looking for a truck probably about 3 years ago and started looking on the internet. I was looking for either a truck that was pretty much finished or one that had to be completely redone, and I was going to take it in and get it done. Started looking online. This was probably about the 4th or 5th truck I called about, and the only one that I went to go look at. I found it in Hemet, and as soon as I saw it, the color and everything, I knew I wanted the truck. Even though I didn't want a 55, I wanted a 57, but as soon as I saw it, drove it, I had to have it. So. Growing up, my dad was a mechanic for my whole life, and back in the early 70s, he would buy cars, he'd fix them up, and he'd either trade them or he'd sell them off and then get another one. He had probably, 4 or 5 different trucks, and I just have always wanted a truck.
Original Parts Group Restoration Tip.
One of the best parts of restoring any Cadillac is getting to the point where you have to put on the emblems. Here at Original Parts Group, we carry emblems for cars from 63 to 76. These beautifully precision cast emblems are made to manufacturer specification and, as necessary, hand painted in the original color and protected with an acrylic overlay for years of protection. Each of these emblems have correct mounting locations, and most have the hardware for ease of installation. As you can see behind me here, we have a beautiful 68 Coupe de Ville that was restored using OPGI's products and our emblems. So go to opgi.com and request your free catalog with thousands of in-stock parts available to purchase today.
We'll be right back with more amazing cars on the Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group. The Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group, has been brought to you by National Parts Depot. Make your dream happen. Appalachian Tourism. Virginia is for lovers. Croftgate USA, the only car care product you will ever need. Advertising Edge, the official uniform of the NHRA. George Renteria kept his grandfather's '64 C10 stepside because it reminded him of when he was younger. He was always eager to help load and unload that short bed pickup because he knew the reward was ice cream.
But many years later, after Grandpa was unable to drive, I bought it from him for $400. And then I was, a few years after that, Grandpa was gone. My son said to me, we ought to have a little project to work together. And he said, let's get Grandpa's old truck out of my Uncle Bob's. I had it over at my brother's house. And start working on it. So just like all kids, he came over for 2 weekends, and then I never saw him again. But that got me started on the project, so I decided I was going to keep working on it. And little by little, we got the body work done and changed the drivetrain. It's got a 383 Chevy, and it's got a R700 4-speed overdrive automatic transmission and 305 rear end in it now. It's a long ways from the old straight 6 and 3 on the tree that it used to be. And then I finally got the body work done and found a painter over in San Marcos, and it's candy apple red, House of Colors candy apple red. When my son saw it, and he says, you know, Dad, something's missing. It needs something. It needs those ghost flames. And I had to say, what are ghost flames? Because I didn't even know what they were. But we put them on there, and I've gotten 1,000 compliments on those ghost flames. So I've had it finished for maybe about 4 or 5 years. It took about that long to get it done. And I've enjoyed going around to these car shows and having a good time. I usually only drive it on the weekends, but I'm not afraid to take it out on the street. And you'll see that with a few, scratches and dings here and there. But I take it down to the beach, throw the bikes on the back. I bought a rack for it and put a trailer hitch on it so I can pull either my little fishing boat that I've got down to the lake or take my bikes out and go bike riding at the beach. So it gets used, it gets driven quite a bit, and I really enjoy it. I love going down the street and getting the thumbs up part of it, from people, and it started lots of conversation. I've made lots of new friends with it.
When this proud owner saw this '57 Chevy truck on a dirt lot, his first thought was, oh, that's my truck. Wow.
Purchased it for like $1,500, and then from there it was a project for the next 6 or 7 years. And then I went ahead and started from the frame up, cut the front end off, put a 1976 Camaro front end underneath it. So it has the disc brakes, power steering, tilt wheel in it. I don't have any factory air in it yet, but soon. Changed the rear end in it. It's got a 1980 Camaro rear end in it. They went ahead and lowered it, and then went shopping for what color I wanted. And I had a few choices. It was almost yellow. And I'm glad I didn't paint it yellow. And then I seen this violet purple from the House of Colors. And then went ahead and had some ghost flame shot on it. And this is it. Had the windows, the wing windows cut out in it. So I went with a one-piece glass, electric windows in it, and did the interior. And from there, that's pretty much it. Went and had the chrome all redone in it.
Each week, Croftgate USA Car Care Products picks the Best of Show from the Lokar Car Show. This week's Best of Show award goes to Bob Wiley and his beautiful 1956 Chevy pickup.
Okay, I had 2 of these trucks in high school. So I wanted to find another one once I got ready to build a truck after I retired. I found this truck at the Long Beach swap meet. It's a California truck built in the LA factory in 1956. So it was pretty much started by a guy, and from my understanding, he passed away. And the truck sat for 7 or 8 years. and then the wife consigned it to a guy that I met at Long Beach Swap Meet to sell it. So I bought it from him, and since then we've pretty much redone the paint, all the chrome, put a new engine in it, Chevy short block engine, a GM 350, new transmission. It's got a Chevelle rear end in it, new wheels and tires. The upholstery was done by SoCal Upholstery there in Southgate, and it's just it's got all your creature comforts: air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, and I drive it at least once a week. Take it to a lot of car shows and just have fun with it. The color is, I like red. There's a lot of red trucks around, solid red. So the red and silver was something that I really liked, to break up the red a little bit. And it seems like a lot of people that come look at this truck, they like the two-tone paint on it. So that was, the pinstriping's done by Little Louie in San Bernardino. He did the tailgate and all around the sides. And that's about it, really.
Well, that's all for the Brothers Show and Shine Truck Show in Anaheim, California. Owners from all across the states came out to enjoy some live music and to feast their eyes on these awesome trucks. Next week, we're joining the Great Race from Jacksonville, Florida to Traverse City, Michigan.